They are making a difference on 938 Live.
Kathy Shi founded the Dorsal Effect last year, and back then They're Making a Difference took a look at the start of the brave young lady's journey. She headed to Lombok, Indonesia to try and persuade shark fishermen to find an alternative way of life by taking tourists out on boat trips instead. We caught up with Kathy to find out how she's doing and also to find out more about the charity screening of Blackfish happening next Tuesday on the 26th of August, which is organized by the Dorsal Effect in collaboration with Acres.
So basically, back in 2013, I heard about this movie called Blackfish, where it got a lot of people interested in the whole issue about captivity and how mammals don't really do very well in captivity. So when I first heard about it, I decided that, hey, how about bringing it to Singapore, because it didn't seem like it was screening here. So that was when I started getting in touch with the makers of the film, and they put me in touch with Innoform Media, who actually holds the rights to the movie itself.
Was it difficult to put the screening together?
It was okay, because it's good to have a lot of like-minded people working together on it. Like with this screening, it's really a joint effort between the Dorsal Effect and Acres itself. So with enough manpower and enough support from our sponsors such as Shaw Theatres as well as Innoform Media, I think it's really good to get people together like that.
Take us through what Blackfish is about and how it's related to the Dorsal Effect.
Okay, so Blackfish is a movie about a killer whale that killed, I think, a few trainers in SeaWorld in the States. So the makers of the film wanted to look at what was happening with captive orcas, and they realized that there were a lot of issues that they were facing. There was a plight. As in, captivity was a bad thing for the orcas because they were living a lot shorter in captivity rather than in the wild. Yeah, so there was a movie that actually got people to open their eyes and realize that, hey, aquariums are not such a good thing for marine life after all. So I figured it's really in line with what the Dorsal Effect is trying to do, because we don't support captivity, and we believe that, you want to see something, you see it out in the wild. You don't see it in aquariums or tanks like that.
I mean, we caught up with you about the Dorsal Effect when you first set it up last year. How have things been over the past year?
It's slightly better in the sense that we started working together with special interest groups like the Nature Society of Singapore to get more people to come down to go on the boat trip. Also, we've been talking with the Wildlife Conservation Society in Lombok, who are also trying to find other alternative means of livelihood for the shark fishermen there, such as sustainable fishing in terms of squid farming, as well as skipjack tuna, like the more sustainable types of fishes that they're trying to introduce to the fishermen to tell them to, don't catch sharks, catch something that's more sustainable for the oceans instead.
Do you think your message is getting through to the shark fishermen?
Yeah, I think so, because I guess at the end of the day, the first thing they need to see is that there's money to be made somewhere else, and then after that, when they realize that, this other forms of livelihood is also easy for me, like they enjoy the trips. When the fishermen take the tourists out on the trips, I realize that they have a lot of fun just interacting with the tourists, as well as they just really take ownership over the trips. Like on the last trip, one of our tourists dropped a fin into the water, like she accidentally dropped her fin, and the fisherman actually skin dived all the way down just to pick it up for her.
How many boats have you converted from shark fishing to tourism boats over the past year?
We've got about 3 fishermen with us right now. So things are still pretty small scale, but trying to pick up in terms of working with special interest groups and even schools.
Are the biggest challenges with the fishermen or with getting tourists to come on to the boats?
Oh, I think my bigger issue is getting tourists to come on the boat trip. That's why I'm really trying to reach out to more people, even not just within Singapore, but internationally as well.
And that was Kathy Shi from the Dorsal Effect. If you'd like to find out more about their trips in Lombok, do log on to thedorsaleffect.com. The charity screening of Blackfish is happening at Shaw Lido next Tuesday on the 26th of August, and all proceeds will be going to Acres. You can find your tickets at blackfish.ptix.com. That's blackfish.peatix.com. This has been They Are Making a Difference. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Daphne Lim.
They are making a difference on 938 Live.